You know this, if you can't beat them, join them. You know what that means. You all use Plunet. What do you see on the main dashboard at Plunet? Are you able to interpret it correctly? Or are your project managers able to interpret it correctly? They see everything they have to know. They know how to interpret it, and it helps them. You as a CEO or as a salesperson, how do you see the same data that the project managers see? Do you see them correctly? Do you see it all correctly? Do you know how many orders you got on the same day? Do you see which customers did order something in that moment or the day before? What does a CEO or salesperson want to see? You can't see it. So what we did, we changed some things on another side. We built an app. This app allows you to have a different view of Plunet or the data you have in Plunet, just as you want to see it, as a CEO or as a salesperson. This is data from Plunet. Me, as a CEO, I want to see the orders that I had yesterday and that I'm having today already. This is live, okay? As it changes every day, I believe the calls are made over 2 minutes to the Plunet system, so I see the data changing. This is production-wise. I can see how many words, in average, our translators have translated so far. This is the average translation, words of translations per day in-house from our in-house staff. Here you can see, for example, invoicing. What have we invoiced this month and the month before? Data that interests me, of course. And here you can see banks. You can see in the last 8 days how much money we have received in our banks. Here you can see a forecast. This is the targets that we are aiming at. And in this month, I don't know what month this would be, the target would be 80,000 euros more or less, and on this specific day we already reached 40%, and it already says this is what we already got in this month in orders, okay? So as a CEO, as a salesperson, you know always where you are more or less, what's going on. Is it going well? Are you selling? Are you not selling? Here you can see actually the last months in the year, how your performance was. The performance in this case is actually what you really invoiced. So this is the target that you aimed at. This is what you preview actually right now, considering the orders you have, the figures you have, yeah? And at the end of the month, by closing the month, this is the real data. This is actually what you achieved. Yeah? So you can control this. Yeah? You can always have a control on this. You can see what is going on. This is very important, actually. I could go from here directly into the orders section. I can go into the production section, into turnover, into the invoicing and the banks. So which are actually represented here too. Yeah? I can show you, for example, the orders we have now for June 2017. This is what was targeted at for this week, and this is what we actually per day got. And this gives you the percentage of what you actually have achieved. Where are you? So for salespeople, very good, because they can see immediately the week is going well or not, or the last 2 or 3 weeks did not go that well as I thought. I see 170 of my existing customers have ordered something. And I can see that 35 of my existing customers did not order anything. I can list them here in this time frame. This is good when you, for example, quarterly want to go there and to get in touch with your customers and say, hey, didn't hear about you in the last 3 months, something wrong? Have I done something? Are you not happy? Or what's going on? And you can see here, for example, this customer doesn't buy from me for 4 months. The last order was on 30th of January. This is always good to know. I can actually see, because we are proud people, we like to see who actually did order in the past or recently in this time frame. Maybe I have a bonus to give them because they did order in the last 3 months, or maybe there's something that I really must know about it. So I can even here choose the date from the beginning of the year, for example, and see who did not order in the first semester. So there are 35 customers that did not order. You know, this is not real data right now. That's why it doesn't change. So in the first semester, 35 customers didn't order. So me as a salesperson, that's where I have to focus on. Here you see all the orders that you have had. And in our particular case, we have even a separate region that we focus on. In my case, it's Portugal. About Portuguese customer, when did they or what did they order in given time frames? Even here, I can see this. Others may choose the local market, others may choose specific regions, whatever they want to observe separately, apart from the global. There is always something you are focused on. A salesperson is always focused on a certain region. Yeah? Here he has a possibility to introduce the region actually he wants to have a better focus on. As a CEO, you want to know how your production is going. You want to see how much have I produced internally. In our case, we have mainly in-house translators. How much did we produce? Are they working? How much did freelancers produce? How much did the people from home office produce? This is all divided here. And you can also see, for example, the cost. Even for all the people you have, you know this is not real data, so you can even see the whole translators in a given month, what they cost you. Okay? And you have the balance at the end. Something very interesting that I insisted in having in this CEO dashboard was complaints, how to manage complaints from customers. This is a very difficult topic. What is a complaint? When is a complaint, when is the customer right? When isn't he? When are we right? When are we not? What is actually a complaint? Is it positive? Is it negative? I believe complaints are always positive. Because if you complain to me, you are showing me that you want to work with me and keep working with me. If you don't complain, you just leave me and let me thinking about something. So complaints are always positive. So what I can see here, I can see the day of the complaint. So the last complaint in this system was on April 7th. It was a complaint. We rated it as a high complaint, so it was highly rated, so it was really bad what happened. Yeah. This one was not rated. This one is medium. We say, okay, that's nothing really bad. This one was low, may actually not have been a real complaint. Okay. We can see when it was when the complaint was registered. When the complaints comes in is one thing. When it's registered internally is a different thing. Because we give our project managers, when the complaints come in, a certain time to register it. This means he has a certain time to start working on the complaint. It's very important that complaints are handled immediately. We don't want to let the customer wait for it, for a solution, or at least an analysis to see if he's right or not. We can see who registered the complaint, who was the project manager. It could have been me too. I can register a complaint too. I can spot something in the process and say this is not correct. So I want to register this. So I can register it here too. We can see, of course, who is the customer, maybe the end customer, and we can see the work order in Plunet. If I click here, which now I believe should not work, it will bring you directly to your Plunet to your order, to that given order that you clicked on. You know, you have in Plunet all the information you need about your customers. You know the orders, you know everything, forecasts, queries, it's all there. Everything is in Plunet. But there's actually no easy way for a salesperson focusing on his job to analyze this data. So what we have here is the sales funnel. You know this. In this case, these are queries that come in from customers. In our case, all the emails that we get from a customer, it doesn't matter what it is, we open a query immediately. A query can turn into a direct order, or it can turn into a quote. That's it. So, in this case, we see here still open queries. They are all just open. And those are the queries who originated a quote. And here I can see the customers. So I can see if they are contacted, new, inactive, new, blocked, active, old customers. So if I click here, I will see underneath the list of these customers that are active. Those are the old. You know, everybody defines how he pleases, how this is defined in Plunet. For example, for me, an old customer is someone who doesn't buy something in 6 months or 1 year. Yeah. An inactive customer is someone who doesn't buy for 3 months. Yeah? So, and then it goes up the stage. This is very important for salespeople to know actually which customers are in which group. Here you can see the orders, one lost, so those were lost actually, 1.2%. The other 98.8% were won. If I click here, I can't because of the connection. This would show me now all the orders that were won, but what a salesperson wants to see actually is which orders were lost. So he would get a list, he can analyze what happened here. The activity of this customer, you saw before that I could see activity in Plunet, how sales were going, orders, all this stuff, but this was global. This was about all the customers in all the database. In this case, we have it here once again in activity about queries just for this customer. We have a time frame that I can set up, and we can see just for this customer how many queries we get from him, how many quotes we make for them. We don't make quotes for this customer, it's all direct orders. We can see how many orders we got from this customer. So we can see the work order, who ordered, the date, the project manager, the source of the order, the target language, the costs we had actually with this job, and what we got for the job, and the margin. Okay, this is actually a gross profit, and this would be the margin. So here were no costs, for example. Yeah, so you have everything here. You have detailed. You can see this in Plunet as well. But a salesperson doesn't really know where to look. How can I define that? Yeah. So keep it easy for the salespeople, or for yourself as a CEO or manager, whatever. Keep it easy for yourself. That is what we did here. This would now show all my emails on my email account that I have exchanged with this contact. All the emails that are on my email account. So it is real data. It is all there. And I can immediately from here reply to that emails. Yeah, because it's using my email account to do that. Yeah? I can even see for this specific person, in this case Christian, I can see how many queries he sent me personally, not the company, the whole company, but just this person. How am I doing business only with this person in that company? Yeah? If I go to another one, I can see the same one. So he doesn't send me any forecast. He doesn't want any query. He doesn't want to know about me. I can also see how many orders this specific contact placed in my company. And I can once again here see for this contact, for this company, what kind of complaint I had. If I had a complaint, this is always good to know when you talk to your customers. Was there a complaint sometime? Was there something wrong? So you can see it all here. Well, because of Daniel, I will have to quit here. This is actually a project that we have. This is not live. Plunet and Java, we are still talking about this, more about when this will be live, not if, but when. This is how far we came so far, and this will hopefully solve our problems regarding CRM, about having the right data from the right people, using them because they are already in Plunet. We are just finding a way how to use them correctly as a CRM. Thank you.